12 artists, one decade, the most transformative era in Black music history. You already know some of these names. The Supremes, James Brown, Aretha Franklin. But here's what you might not know. It's the artist who sold more records, topped more charts, and changed more rules than anyone else in the 1960s isn't the one you're thinking of. And when you see who it is, you're gonna understand why everything you thought you knew about 60s R&B just got rewritten. Let's start at number 12. Number 12, Wilson Pickett. You've heard In the Midnight Hour, you've heard Mustang Sally, but here's what you probably don't know. Wilson Pickett didn't want to sing soul music. He started in gospel, singing with the violinaires in Detroit, thought that was his calling. Then in 1963, everything changed. Pickett joined the Falcons, heard the sound coming out of Stax Records in Memphis, and something clicked. By 1965, he was in that studio himself, recording with Booker T and the MGs. In the Midnight Hour hit number 1 on the R&B charts that summer, but here's the thing about Pickett. The man had a temper. They called him the Wicked Pickett for a reason. He was difficult, demanding, sometimes impossible to work with. And yet, every producer who recorded him said the same thing when that voice hit the microphone. None of it mattered. Between 1965 and 1969, Pickett put 16 songs in the R&B top 10. 16. And most people still don't put him in the same conversation as the names coming up on this list. That's about to change. Just you and I. Oh, yeah. Number 11, Ben E. King. Be afraid, oh, I won't. Now, if you only know one song from Ben E. King, I already know which one it is. Stand By Me, 1961. And yeah, that's the one. But here's what's wild. That song almost didn't happen. King had just left the Drifters. He was barely 22 years old. The record label wanted him to sing someone else's song. King walked into the studio with these lyrics he'd written himself, handed them to producers Lieber and Stoller, and basically said, "Record this instead." They did. Stand By Me didn't just hit the charts in 1961. It came back in 1986 after the movie, hit the top 10 all over again. Then again in 2018, it got certified 6 times platinum. One song, still paying royalties 60 years later. But Ben E. King wasn't a one-hit wonder. You stand by me. So dark. Spanish Harlem. Don't play that song. He charted throughout the 60s. And if you've ever slow danced at a wedding, been to a cookout where that song came on, or just sat with your thoughts while that bass line played, you know why he's on this list. And the moon is the only. Real talk. Only 9% of you watching this are actually subscribed. That hurts a little, not gonna lie. We spend hours digging through archives, fact-checking every detail, bringing these stories back to life because this music deserves to be remembered. And you're here because you care about that too. So if these videos mean something to you, if you've ever said, "Damn, I didn't know that," or felt something while watching, just hit subscribe. It's free, takes 2 seconds, and it tells YouTube to show this to more people who love this music like we do. Let's build this together. All right, back to the story. Number 10, Otis Redding. Roll away again, yeah. I'm sitting on. They called him the King of Soul. And if you need to understand why, you only need to know one fact. I've had
nothing to
December 1967, Otis Redding flew to Madison, Wisconsin for a concert. His plane crashed into Lake Monona.
help me to do. So I guess I'll remain the same.
He was 26 years old. He'd just recorded a song 3 days earlier, a song he wasn't even finished with. They had to keep the whistling at the end because he never wrote the final verse. That song was Sitting on the Dock of the Bay.
I'm in Georgia, headed for the Frisco.
It became the first posthumous #1 single in Billboard history, not just R&B history, all of it.
And this loneliness won't leave me alone.
4 million copies sold, and Otis never heard it play on a single radio.
So I'm just gonna sit on the dock of the bay.
Here's what gets me. In the 6 years he was recording, just 6 years, Otis Redding put out 17 singles. Every single one charted. Everyone.
When the evening comes, watch it.
These arms are mine. Try a little tenderness, respect, which Aretha would later turn into something else entirely. But Otis, he didn't even get to see how big he was about to become.
Listen, sitting here resting my bones.
Number 9, The Four Tops. You want to know something crazy about the Four Tops? The same four guys, Levi Stubbs, Abdul Fakir, Ronaldo Benson, and Lawrence Payton, stayed together for over 40 years. No lineup changes, no drama, just four men from Detroit who started singing at a house party in 1953 and never stopped. Now they knocked around for a decade before they got famous. Chess Records passed, Columbia passed. Then in 1964, Motown signed them. Holland Dozier Holland gave them Baby I Need Your Lovin'. It hit the top 20. But the real explosion, 1965. I Can't Help Myself, Sugar Pie Honey Bunch, sat at #1 on the R&B chart for 9 weeks. 9 weeks. Then Reach Out, I'll Be There did it again in 66. Here's the thing about Levi Stubbs' voice. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't smooth. That man sang like he was begging you for something, like his whole life depended on you hearing him. And that desperation, you couldn't fake it. Still can't. 50 million records sold, 4 voices that never changed. Number 8, Marvin Gaye. Now, Marvin didn't start out as a star. When he showed up at Motown in 1961, Berry Gordy put him on drums, session work, background vocals. Marvin wanted to sing jazz standards like Sinatra. Gordy told him, "That's not gonna sell." So Marvin adapted, started recording R&B, Stubborn Kind of Fellow hit in 62, Pride and Joy in 63. But here's what most people forget. Marvin Gaye's biggest hit of the 1960s almost never came out. I Heard It Through the Grapevine. Norman Whitfield produced it in 1967. Gordy said no, shelved it. Gladys Knight recorded a version first. It was a hit. But when Marvin's version finally dropped in late 68, it went to #1 for 7 weeks, became Motown's biggest selling single of the entire decade. And Marvin, he hated performing it live, thought the song was too dark, too paranoid. But every time that bass line started, every time those strings swelled up, audiences lost their minds. Sometimes the songs that haunt you are the ones that make history. Number 7, Aretha Franklin. The Queen of Soul. You already know the title. But here's what you might not know. Aretha Franklin spent the first half of the decade failing. She signed with Columbia in 1960. They had no idea what to do with her. Made her sing pop standards, jazz, show tunes. 6 years, 9 albums, not a single major hit. By 1966, Aretha Franklin was in debt to her own record label. Then she signed with Atlantic, flew down to Muscle Shoals, Alabama, and in one session, one day recorded, "I Never Loved a Man the Way I Love You. Everything Changed." Respect went to number 1. "Baby, I Love You. You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman." Chain of Fools. In 2 years, Aretha became the most successful female artist in R&B history. 20 number 1 R&B hits. A record that stood for decades. But think about this. What if Columbia had figured her out? What if she never left? Some people need to fail first, need to be told no, because when they finally get it right, there's no stopping them. Number 6, Stevie Wonder. No first of spring. In August 1963, a 13-year-old blind kid from Saginaw, Michigan, became the youngest solo artist to ever top the Billboard Hot 100. Made up of these 3 words that The song was Fingertips Part 2, a live recording from the Motown Revue. And here's the wildest part. He wasn't even supposed to be recording that day. No summer's high. No one. Motown had signed him at 11 years old, called him Little Stevie Wonder. They thought they had a novelty act, a kid who played harmonica. But that song hit number 1 on both the pop and the R&B charts, the first time any artist had done that simultaneously. Then something happened. I love you. Stevie's voice started changing. The hit stopped. Motown almost dropped him. And you know what saved his career? A producer named Sylvia Moy who convinced Berry Gordy to give him one more chance. I just called to say. Uptight, Everything's All Right, hit the top 10. Then I Was Made to Love Her. For Once in My Life. 7 top 10 hits before the decade ended, and he was still a teenager. The best was still coming, way more than anyone could have imagined. Is this something true? Number 5, Sam Cooke. Putting trouble on the run. Man, you found the old. They called him the King of Soul before there was even a genre called soul. Before Otis, before Marvin, before anyone else claimed that title, it belonged to Sam Cooke. Now, Sam started in gospel, lead singer of the Soul Stirrers, but in 1957 he recorded You Send Me, Dad, a pop song, and the gospel community turned their backs on him. Didn't matter. That song hit number 1 on both charts, sold over 1 million copies, and here's where it gets complicated. Sam Cooke wasn't just a singer. He started his own record label, SAR Records, owned his own publishing. In the early 1960s, a black artist controlling his own masters, almost unheard of. Chain Gang, Twisting the Night Away. Cupid, A Change Is Gonna Come. 29 top 40 hits in 8 years. Then in December 1964, Sam Cooke was shot and killed at a Los Angeles motel. He was 33 years old. The circumstances were controversial. Some people still don't believe the official story, but his music, that part is settled. Sam Cooke built the foundation everyone else stood on. Twisting the night away. Number 4, The Temptations. Five voices, matching suits, choreography so precise it became its own art form. If you've ever seen anyone do the Temptation Walk, you know what I'm talking about. Now, the Temptations had been grinding since 1961. 3 years of flops. Motown almost dropped them. Then Smokey Robinson wrote them a song. David Ruffin sang lead. And in March 1965, My Girl went to number 1. That song has been certified 7 times platinum. 7. It's played at weddings, graduations, funerals. Some of y'all heard it the first time you fell in love. You remember exactly where you were. But here's what made the Temptations different. They evolved. When David Ruffin left in '68, they brought in Dennis Edwards and went psychedelic. Cloud 9, Ball of Confusion. They were the first Motown act to win a Grammy. 37 top 40 hits in the 1960s alone. 4 number 1 pop singles. The definitive male vocal group of the decade. And yet, they're not even in the top 3. Number 3, James Brown. The godfather of soul. Soul brother number 1. The hardest working man in show business. Pick your title. James earned all of them. Now here's what people forget. In 1962, James Brown funded his own live album, Live at the Apollo. King Records said it would fail. Nobody buys live R&B albums, they told him. James paid for it himself. That album went to number 2 on the Billboard 200, stayed on the charts for 66 weeks, changed everything about how R&B artists were recorded and marketed. Between 1958 and 1969, James Brown charted 93 singles on the Hot 100. Get funky. All right. 93. 17 number 1 R&B hits, more than anyone. And here's the thing. He did it while owning a radio stations, running his own business empire, and performing over 300 shows a year. Papa's got a brand new bag. I got you. I feel good. Say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. Every song was a cultural event. The man invented funk, changed rhythm itself, and somehow he's still not number 1 on this list. Number 2, The Supremes. Tell me what did I do wrong to make you stay? Diana Ross, Mary Wilson, and Florence Ballard. 3 women from the Brewster Douglas Projects in Detroit, and they became the most successful American vocal group of the 1960s. Bar none. Now, they started as the no-hit Supremes. That's what people at Motown called them. 8 singles that flopped. Then in 1964, Holland Dozier Holland gave them Where Did Our Love Go? Number 1. Then Baby Love, number 1. Come See About Me, number 1. Stop, In the Name of Love, number 1. Back in My Arms Again, number 1. 5 consecutive chart toppers. No vocal group in history had ever done that. By the end of the decade, the Supremes had 12 number 1 pop singles. 12. Only the Beatles had more in that era. And they broke barriers. First black act to regularly appear on the Ed Sullivan Show. First to headline the Copacabana. First to prove that R&B could sell to everybody. Some of y'all are nodding right now because you already knew this. But if the Supremes are number 2, who could possibly be number 1? Number 1, Ray Charles. And I know what you're thinking. Wait, Ray Charles, not Diana Ross, not James Brown? Here's why. In 1960, Ray Charles released Georgia on My Mind. It went to number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, his first pop chart topper. In 1961, Hit the Road Jack did the same thing, number 1. In 1962, I Can't Stop Loving You went number 1 for 5 weeks. But here's what changed everything. That same year, Ray Charles released an album called Modern Sounds in Country and Western Music. A black artist recording country music. In 1962, that album became the first by an R&B artist to top the Billboard 200. Not the R&B chart, the main chart. The same chart the Beatles were about to dominate. Ray Charles didn't just have hits, he invented crossover. He proved that black artists could sell to white audiences, could redefine genres, could refuse to be boxed in. Before there was Motown Strategy, before there was Atlantic's Southern Soul, there was Ray Charles showing everyone it was possible. Girls, why don't you sing it, baby, again for me? And he did it all blind since the age of 7. The man they called the genius earned the name. Every single artist on this list, they walked through a door Ray Charles kicked open first. I've already made up my mind, baby.